right, well, good evening, fans. Welcome in here on AudioSportsOnline.com. I'm Rob Kendall, be joined alongside by Lex Zorn momentarily as it's our first broadcast of the 2016-2017 basketball season for your Cascade Cadets. It's going to be an exciting year as we bring you a mixture of boys and girls home games. Tonight it is the girls as the Cascade Lady Cadets with a record of 4-0 take on the Danville Warriors with a record of 1-1. Before we get started tonight, both teams now out on the floor. Pregame clock has started. Went a little long in that JV game due to an overtime appearance, but we are here and we are ready to go, and it's going to be a very exciting evening tonight of bringing you high school basketball. Before we begin tonight, I want to say some thank yous to the folks who have worked very hard for us to be able to be out here and bring you these broadcasts all year long, including the principal of the Cascade High School, John Acton, as well as Scott Stevens, the athletic director here at the Cascade High School. They have just done a phenomenal job of putting this all together and allowing us to be out here. So a very special thank you to those two gentlemen for allowing us to bring you these broadcasts all year long. If you're new to this, what we do is we bring you the live stream of the game. You can watch it live as it's going on in real time. Then we take the broadcast back and archive it for you so you can go back and listen any time you want. It's what we do here on AudioSportsOnline.com. We also want to take a moment and thank our sponsors who are making it possible for us to be out here. They support the Cascade athletic program, and let's go ahead and read some of those names here for you. The official health provider to the cadets is Hendricks Regional Health. Diamond Partners, Best Way Drywall, and North Salem State Bank. Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company and CJ's Pizza. Gold Partners, Endeavor Communications. Silver Partners, Electric Plus. The Bronze Partners, Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics, and Love's Travel Center. So thank you to those folks who have made it possible for us to be out here tonight. At this time, we'll go ahead and bring in our play-by-play man. Well, he'll be doing the play-by-play with me tonight for the evening. Lex Zorn. Lex, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great, Rob. Always great to be here doing high school basketball here in Indiana, and really excited about the debut of our relationship with the Cascade Cadets. This is our first ever Cascade broadcast, and we hope it'll be a relationship spanning many exciting seasons. And certainly it's a great time to begin the relationship with the Cascade Lady Cadets in full swing. They're off to a very hot 4-0 start. And not only that, but 3 of their 4 wins have actually come against higher class opponents. They've beaten Greencastle 58-32, Indian Creek 66-57. Those are both Class 3A schools. Then Covenant Christian, ironically, their only close game was against a fellow 2A team, but Cascade pulled that out 57-56. And then finally they beat the Class 4A Decatur Central Lady Hawks by a score of 60-39. So 3 of their 4 games weren't even close. And, last year Cascade debuted with new coach David Carpenter, had a 16-9 record, got all the way to the sectional championship. This year they're trying to get over the hump, get only the 3rd sectional championship in school history. And their opponent is the Danville Lady Warriors, a cross-county rival. These 2 schools separated by only 9 miles here in Hendricks County.
Took about an hour to get those 9 miles, though, tonight, given the weather, right?
Yeah, sure did. Yeah, the traffic did get a little backed up there on US 40 coming in, so I'm glad I left early. But Danville enters the game with a record of 0-2. Both of their losses were at least pretty close. They lost at Hamilton Heights by a score of 45-41, and then at Plainfield 54-40. Danville's a Class 3A school. Plainfield, by the way, to lose by 14 at Plainfield is not too bad because Plainfield should be a top 10 team all season. They return almost everybody from last year's sectional championship team. But anyway, it's an exciting start to the season for Cascade. This is only their 2nd home game. They debuted 3 weeks ago with a win over Greencastle. Then they've had 3 consecutive road games. So they're back on their home court for the first time in 14 days. And we're going to have just about every boys and girls cadet basketball game this year.
Home games.
Yeah, home games, yeah, and as well as a few on the road and some neutral site games, such as in the Hendricks County Tournament, which is going to be in Plainfield around the 1st of the year.
It's one of those things, too, we mentioned at the start of the broadcast here, John Acton and Scott Stevens, the amazing job they're doing. They really have a rebuilding project with not just the basketball teams, but the entire athletic program, and they've really started to install this culture of winning, and it's something they do throughout the whole school, is they almost treat the school like a sports program now. And, of course, Cascade for many years, when Hendricks County was a smaller place, was, well, one of the dominant programs out here. And then as the county grew, at least eastward, it's been hard to keep up because you're dealing with schools in Brownsburg and Avon that are 2,500 plus kids, and it's hard to compete with those kids. But Cascade trying to reassert that dominance school-wide, athletic program-wide, and they've done a great job, as you said, here in the girls program with a great season last year, and they're off to a wonderful start here in 2016-17 season.
Indeed, they are, especially led by senior Bailey Walker. She's only 5'10", but plays well above her height. She's averaging 17 points and 11 rebounds a game on the season, so playing extremely well. The Lady Cadets also have two other players who are averaging in double figures. They have Michaela Collier. She's a 5'5" senior, averaging 12.8 points a game, as well as Olivia Bryant, who's a junior, 5'6", and she's averaging 11.5 points a game. So definitely it's a balanced team, and they also have just under the double-digit mark, they have Hannah Rasnake averaging 9 points a game. She's a 5'11" junior.
One of the things we mentioned early on was that the JV game went a little long. Should tell you, Danville ultimately did prove victorious in that one.
Yes.
By, I believe, 4 points in overtime, and so that was a very exciting game. And one of the other things we want to mention here is this is one of the last old gyms left here in Hendricks County. Great old facility. It's connected right into the high school. When I was here a couple of weeks ago testing everything, getting everything set up for our broadcast, kids are literally walking around you during passing periods. It's really cool, Leck. It's sort of the way high schools and basketball used to be.
Yeah, I grew up in Madison, Indiana, town on the Ohio River between Louisville and Cincinnati. And this is very much like the gym we had there, except a little smaller. Madison was a bigger school. We had somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 students. Cascade has like around 460, 470. But yeah, you made a good point. Hendricks is one of the it's one of the fastest growing counties in the state of Indiana. And, however, it's grown a lot more densely the closer you get to the city. So, you've had Avon and Plainfield and Brownsburg all grow enormously. A lot of, just 20, 30 years ago, a lot of those were, 2A, 3A schools. Now all of them are 4A schools in basketball. Some of them are, and I think they're all 5A or 6A schools in football. So certainly Cascade out here in the small town of Clayton has not had the same kind of growth, but certainly they are on an athletic resurgence here, especially with the girls' basketball program. So, we like I said, we picked a great time to start broadcasting their games.
Yeah, and we want to thank as we said, the athletic department, the IT department. They were very great getting everything set up for us. We've got internet out here to be able to bring you the games, and obviously we hope that'll hold and stand. And I'll run down there in just a second, get those starting lineups. But it's just a phenomenal thing to be out here, and they've been so welcoming and so great. John Acton and the entire staff, Scott Stevens, and we're just so excited to be out here. So, Leck, I'm going to run down there and try to get some starting lineups and let you take over the broadcast for a little bit.
Oh, it's no problem. I'll be glad to do that. Talk about these Lady Cadets as well as their opponents from just down the road, the Danville Lady Warriors. Now, Cascade is located here in Clayton. We're about 20 miles west of the city on US 40, and it's an area that I think often gets because it's away from the city. And because, there are so many powerhouses in Indianapolis and the immediate surroundings, a lot of people forget about the schools here. But the Lady Cadets here have a very solid program. They've won a couple of sectionals back in 1986 and then in 2007. Last year they nearly won their third. It was their they lost in the sectional championship round, finishing with a record of 16-9. And this year, with a starting lineup dominated by seniors and juniors, they look like they're poised to get over the hump. And like I said, they have 4 players averaging at least 9 points a game. And tonight, it would, if they were to win tonight, only their second home game, they would move up to 5-0 on the season. Danville, their opponent, not off to a great start, but they have been very strong in recent years. Their head coach is Kaylee May, and the Lady Warriors have finished with a winning record in all 3 of her seasons, capped off by a sectional championship and a 26 record back in 2015. So this is still a team that knows how to win. They're led in points by Lexi Ruggles. She's a 5'7" junior who's averaging 13.5 points a game. And she's the only double-figure scorer on the team. Close behind is Addie Collier, a 6-foot junior, who's averaging 8.5 points a game. And none of the other Lady Warriors are averaging more than 5.5 a game. So certainly, this is a Lady Warriors team. It's very junior heavy. They should be a lot better a year from now. Only 2 seniors on this current roster, Mackenzie Mitchell and Cassie Utley. So it looks like a year from now that they're going to be a lot better than they are now. But certainly the main thing that Cascade has to do in this game, they obviously need to respect their opponent and then try to get an early lead, because for a team that's averaging only 40 points a game, whereas Cascade is averaging more than 60, if you get an early 10-point lead or so, that's going to be very hard for the Lady Warriors team to cut into. In fact, Cascade's averaging exactly 20 points a game more than is Cascade. So now let's see, we've got 8 minutes and 36 seconds here on the pregame clock. Both of the teams are warming up. We have a really nice crowd here at Cascade. We probably have in the neighborhood of 300 fans, and it's about equally divided. We have just about as many Danville fans as we do Cascade fans here. Danville, of course, is very well known for traveling well and for having a zealously loyal fan base. I've covered their games, both basketball and football, and they always have a really nice contingency here.
All right, come bearing information.
Yes.
So for the Cascade Cadets, your starting lineups for tonight's game. Number 0, Michaela Collier. She's a senior. Number 0, 5'5". You mentioned her, Leck, just a few minutes ago. Number 13, Olivia Bryant. She's a junior, 5'6". Number 11. Number 14, Hannah Rasnake. She's a junior, 5'11". Number 24, Amelia Bryant. She's a junior, 5'9". And number 33, Bailey Walker, a senior, 5'10". So Collier, Bryant, Rasnake, Bryant, and Walker, the starting lineups tonight for your the Cascade Lady Cadets. On to the Danville Warriors. Now, these are the estimated starting lineups. They didn't have them yet, so the guy gave me who he thought it was going to be. So if we're wrong, we'll correct it, but this is what we're going to go with. Number 5, Jenna Cowart. She's a sophomore, 5'9". Number 10, Lexi Riggles, a junior, 5'7". Number 13, Ella Collier, a freshman, 5'11". Number 22, Cassie Utley, a senior, 5'9". And number 42, Addie Collier, a junior, 6 foot. So that's Cowart, Riggles, Collier, Utley, and Collier, the starting lineups for the Danville Warriors tonight. Cascade will be the home team on your scoreboard. We're kind of blocked out from the scoreboard here, Slick. Yeah. You have to get your best little peek around there. They're going to be the home team tonight. They're going to wear the home whites, blue letters and numbers. The visiting Warriors will wear the road reds with white letters and numbers. And as you said, Leck, it's always a great time when these two teams get together. Let's take a look ahead at what we've got coming up for you, too. As what do we got here? About 6 minutes left or so here in the pregame. Looking ahead to our schedule, we're going to be back here on the 22nd. That is a Tuesday, as these girls will take on the Tri-West Lady Bruins, and then we'll be back the next night for the boys opener. It's always a great game, speaking of the Tri-West Bruins, as the boys take on the Tri-West Bruins Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve. We'll be here, and then we'll wrap up the month of November on the 30th as the girls play host to Martinsville. So all sorts of action coming up here in November, and then we really explode in December with a full slate of games for you to enjoy before we get you to the first of the year and the Hendricks County Tournament. If you're just tuning in tonight, I'm Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn, coming to you from Cascade High School, where the Cascade Cadets, the Lady Cadets, the Cascade High School, set to take on the Danville Lady Warriors. Should be a very exciting evening from a great gym, a great school, a great school corporation, and it's going to be mighty exciting to bring you these Cascade basketball games, boys and girls, all year long. Again, we do want to thank the sponsor. Well, I want to tell you about something they've got going on here that they asked me to announce. I'm going to go ahead and do this now. Saturday, December the 10th. That's Saturday, December the 10th. That's going to be a broadcast against Danville. The boys against Danville. We'll be here broadcasting that game. It's going to be read out for Riley Hospital Toy Drive, and any Cascade or Danville student that brings in a new unwrapped toy will get a free ticket to the basketball game. All fans are encouraged to wear red at the game to support Riley Hospital and what they do for so many children and families. If you need more information, you can contact Scott Stevens, the athletic director here at Cascade, we got to say this now. We got to say this like 317. Everything's 317 now.
Yeah.
You got to have that area code in there. 317-539-9315. Leck, did you need these lineups again?
Oh, thank you very much. But, Rob, I'll tell you, you're talking about this being an old-fashioned gym. Part of the annoying charm of old-fashioned gyms, obstructed views. And we, some of those, like the old Boston Garden, for example, was notorious for having seats that had obstructed views. And, in fact, in the old Wisconsin field house, before they got their current one for basketball, there was actually a seat where you couldn't see either basket or the scoreboard. It's almost like one of those what's the point things. But where Rob and I are sitting in one of the corners of the gym, we actually have one of the practice baskets is raised, and so we have to really weave our heads around to fully see the score and the time remaining. So that's something I'm sure we'll get accustomed to dealing with throughout the season, because we're going to be doing probably 20, 25 games or so here between the boys and girls. So, we'll get accustomed to it. But definitely, if they do build a new gym, that's something there'll have to be a suggestion that we submit. Have a better placed scoreboard.
So the Danville Warriors are running back out onto the court. I'm still stuck in football season.
I'll tell you, all football season, I kept referring to the play clock as the shot clock. So I guess I've been ready for basketball longer than I realized. But yeah, when those of us who are two sport guys like you and I, it's pretty hard not to occasionally switch the terminology of one sport for another. But, again, it's great to see this early season crowd. These are two teams, especially Cascade. Certainly, they play in sectional 44, and they play along with Monrovia, South Putnam, Cloverdale, Southmont, and North Putnam. So certainly, it looks like Cascade, will be certainly one of the favorites in that sectional next year, and certainly it would be great for them to have a deep run. Like I said, they've won 2 sectionals, never won a regional. That's the same case with Danville, by the way, 2 sectional championships, no regionals. Although Danville's latest sectional was much more recent. It was 2015. Cascades was 2008. So now we have 156 on the clock, and both teams are out warming up. So look forward to bringing you the opening tip in a few minutes, and fans still filing in here in Clayton. We're right off of US 40 here in the southwest corner of Hendricks County, and we're looking forward to all our games this year, not only here at Cascade, but also at down in Plainfield, where we're going to be bringing you all the winners bracket games of the Hendricks County tournament, and hopefully we'll have a lot of both boys and girls cadets games there. Certainly going to be a lot of competition with bigger schools, but certainly the way that these lady cadets have played so far, beating 3 teams in higher classes, they're showing that they can compete with the big schools.
Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting season, and it's always great. There's always something great about when the small schools do really well. I mean, it's always exciting when Brownsburg and Avon and Danville or Plainfield do well, but it's just something charming, a little bit more charming maybe even when the Tri-West, Cascade, Danvilles of the world are rocking and rolling, and I think this could be one of those years where we have rocking and rolling going on for the Cascade Cadets, because as you said, they're off to a 4-0 start to their season. We're going to go ahead and I think we're going to pause real quick for the national anthem.
Indeed we are, yes.
In the spirit of Ladies and gentlemen, your national anthem.
Well, thank you to Cascade for that fine rendition of the national anthem. And now we're getting ready for the starting lineups here.
Can I steal those lineups that I gave you back?
Oh, of course, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. There you go.
And we'll go through them here real quick. We're going to pan the camera over. I'm in charge of the camera here tonight.
Oh, yeah, I forgot this is a video broadcast.
Yeah, so any camera mistakes are on me. Let's see if we got it right here. We had, let's see, 5, 10, 13, 22, 42. Let's see how close the guy got us who was guessing. Looks like he got it right, so it's going to be Cowart, Riggles, Collier, Utley, and Collier. And then, of course, for your Cascade cadets, it'll be Collier, Bryant, Rasnake, Bryant, and Walker.
Well, the only thing missing is Sirius by the Ellen Parsons Project.
As we said, they're Cascade coming out onto the floor there now, and they're going to be the home team, as we said tonight, with the white jerseys with it's a blue outline. It's not blue numbers. I kind of misspoke there earlier. It's the outlines in that powder or baby blue, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, it's a. Tell you that's one thing. I'm very thankful to be here for with Cascade, and they're obviously a great program on the rise. But there's one thing I'd change. I'd make the numbers a little darker because there's just not enough contrast between the white and the baby blue, so it's going to be hard to discern the numbers. So
all right, so Lek, you want to start off with our play-by-play?
I'll be glad to.
Maybe pipe in there in a little bit, but in the meantime, I trust you. Cascade will be tipping it off. They'll be moving from left to right on your computer screen or smartphone screen now, and it'll be 33 Walker to tip it up for the cadets against Collier for the Warriors. Lek, take it away.
All right, thank you. So tip controlled by the Lady Warriors, and now Elliot Collier has it there on the right perimeter. Pitches inside, and it's knocked away and nearly stolen. Loose ball still, and we got a timeout. Somebody from I believe that was Bailey Walker who grabbed it and wisely called timeout. So and she throws in now to Olivia Bryant, who brings it up for the Lady Cadets. Now over on the right perimeter, pitches over. And now drives inside, pitches it back out. Drives to the basket, puts it up, and it is good.
Great move to the hole that time, and that was number 14 for the Cadets, Rasnake.
Yeah, so now it's steal there by, I believe that was Walker, and she takes it out, lays it in. Yes, Bailey Walker. So it's 4-0 in the first minute. Cascade leading. Bailey Walker averaging nearly 17 points a game on the season. 2 quick ones tonight. And now on the other end, Ellie Collier with the ball over to Jenna Cowart, who is a little runner, makes it, giving the Lady Warriors their first points. Now on the other end, the point guard has it, pitches it over now. Now back to Bryant. Now it's pitched inside to Walker, puts it up and in, so 4 quick points for Bailey Walker.
Yeah, Walker's done a nice job establishing position down there, Leck.
Yeah, Walker, she plays above her size. She's only 5'10", but she still averages 11 rebounds a game. And now at the other end, put it into Addie Collier, who's no good on the bank end. And now on the other, they try to throw it down field, but it's not downfield, down court, and it's knocked out of bounds. Sorry, I've done 15 varsity football games, the last 3 months, so old habits die hard. But anyway, this is my first basketball game.
Hey, we do want to say hello to Brian Scott, who's listening at home. Hi, Brian. And Brian was quick to point out that their numbers are hard to read. So Brian confirming it's not just us.
Yes. So they break the record of Lebanon home football uniforms for hardest uniform numbers for me to read. So now ball tipped away on the other end, and we got Jenna Cowart bring it up and throw it on the fast break. Mishandled, though. And Cascade gets it, brings it down, and puts it up and in is fouled.
Nice job there, Hoop, and the harm that time. That was number 5, Collier. So the one thing early on, that we're really seeing here is diversity from the Cascade Cadets and who's getting involved in the offense making big plays.
Yeah, that's right. So already just 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the game, already 3 Lady Cadets have scored. So Collier has 2, trying to make it 3, and she does. Michaela Collier might be the only player I've ever commentated in basketball who wears number 0. It's pretty rare.
Cascade with a full court press that time. Going to get a foul called on the Lady Cadets.
So like I was saying in the pregame, Rob, this on the season, Cascade averages 60 points, Danville averages 40. So if the Lady Cadets can get an early lead, say 10 points or so, they're already up to 7, not even 2.5 minutes in, then that's going to be an obstacle that's going to be hard for Danville to overcome. And now a turnaround bank shot, no good there by Collier. And now on the other end, Walker gets it, almost loses out of bounds, pitches it back. Somebody puts up a jump shot and hits it.
That was Collier again, number 5. She's doing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
number 0.
Number 0. I'm sorry, Collier. Yeah, those numbers. We'll get those numbers figured out.
Yes. So right now I'm trying to memorize their faces because that's going to be a lot easier to discern than their numbers. But so Danville takes a timeout. Well, I talked about Cascade getting a 10-point lead. 2 minutes, 37 seconds in, they already have a 9-point lead, 11-2. Michaela Collier leads the way with 5 points, followed by Bailey Walker with 4 and Hannah Rasnake with 2. So just about everything going right so far for the Lady Cadets. Danville, meanwhile, a young team in a rebuilding year. Like I said, only 2 seniors on the Danville squad. Where Cascade has 4. So now, Jenna Cowart to inbound the ball for Danville. Hands it up to Elia Collier, who brings it past midcourt. Throws inside, but it's intercepted. And now lay in there. It's up and good by Ella Collier. So we have 3 Colliers in this game, so I'm going to have to you always get accustomed to saying their first name. We have 2 for Danville, 1 for Cascade. I guess they're probably all related, but I will have to check with that. So now 1 player inbounding for Cascade under the basket. I cannot tell who it is. Again, Cascade's number is very hard to discern. We will get it eventually. We had about 13 of their games to do it, so. I guess, their road games will be easier, I assume.
There's a whistle, stoppage of play there.
So 11-4 your score now. 4:57 to go. This is the 5th game of the year, 2nd home game for Cascade. They enter the game at 4-0, knocking on the door of a top 10 ranking here in Class 2A. Looks like they're, on their way to becoming one of the best programs in school, one of the best teams in school history. So now we've got, let's see, I believe that's Walker there who puts it up, no good.
Still getting good looks there, Leck, even though that one didn't go.
Yeah, and now a baseline jumper, no good there by Bailey Muse, newly into the game for Danville. On the other end, baseline jumper up and no good. Rebounded there by Ella Collier, who brings it down, but it's knocked away and stolen there. And we got a fast break here. Puts it up and good.
Nice job going the distance that time, Leck. And obviously, as we said early on in the pregame, the Cascade going to put the defensive pressure on early on, and there's another steal.
Yeah, so number 13 pitches it up to
Walker, and Walker
with
puts it
6
in for
now.
2.
So 4 of the 5 Cascade starters have scored now. Bailey Walker, not surprisingly, leading the way with 6. And it's a 15-4 lead in the early going. Now into Addie Collier, puts up a short hook shot and hits it. That's her first points of the game.
Yeah, Collier's getting some nice looks, Leck, early on. She hasn't been able to convert on all of them, but getting some very nice looks at the basket.
Addie Collier, a 6-foot junior, the tallest player for either team in the game. Neither one of these teams has a whole lot of size. But now inside to Walker again, and she puts it in easily. So Bailey Walker with 8 points here in the first quarter, and it's a 17-6 lead for Cascade. Now on the other end, near steal, and we got a foul there. I think they got Walker for the reach-in when she was going for the ball. No, it's going to be against. That's going to be against Danville. My apologies. So excellent start to the game. Danville entering the game at 0-2, but they had been pretty competitive. You know, they lost to Hamilton Heights by only 4, and then they lost only by 14 to a very, very highly regarded Plainfield team that should be, in the top 10, possibly in the top 5 most of the season. And now a 3-pointer at the other end, and it is good. That's first 3-pointer of the game.
Yeah, Cascade really pouring it on here now, Leck, as it's a 20-6 ball game.
Yes, that was Hannah Rasnick, by the way. And now rebound, Collier gets it, pitches it over to Bailey Muse, who gets her first points of the game.
It's been an exciting start for the Cadets as they lead it by 12 early on, as we're still got, 2.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter of play. It's a 20-8 lead for your Cascade Lady Cadets. I'm Rob Kendall, along with Leck Zorn, bringing you the play-by-play of tonight's broadcast. It'll be Cascade ball on the sideline, Leck.
Yeah, so now inbounds at the other side. When a player has it at the top of the key, pitches it over to the left perimeter. Warriors playing man-to-man, or I guess you could say woman-to-woman. And now player has it there near the left corner, takes a step in with dribbles, and now pitches back out. Player takes it, passes it over to the right perimeter, now drives to the basket, puts it up, and I think drew the foul.
And he'll go to the line and shoot 2, and we'll see as they turn around who that was.
For those of you just joining us, the Cascade numbers there's so little contrast between the numbers and the jerseys, it's very hard to discern.
Bryant will go to the foul line and shoot 2, Leck.
So Olivia Bryant trying to add to and the first one bounces a few times, falls to the ground, no good.
Good crowd tonight, like we mentioned that. A lot of Cascade faithful showing up tonight.
Yeah, both Cascade and Danville. Yeah, Danville, like I said, well known for their loyal crowds, and Olivia Bryant, she swishes the second one, so she has 3. Now it's a 21-8 score. But yeah, I remember doing a game at Hamilton Southeastern a few years ago, a much bigger school, when they were playing Penn, a top 10 school. And at the time, Hamilton Southeastern was ranked number 1 at the state. It was when Taya Reimer, now at Michigan State, was a senior. They had 100 people for that game. They have about 300 here today, so it's great to see that Cascade has such a loyal following, and that, some people still like to spend their Friday nights here, out at the local high school gym. So now Cascade with the ball in a 13-point lead. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. This is our first ever, and then we got to travel as a Cascade player is driving to the basket. But this is, we're proud to be with you here on Audio Sports Online. This is our very first Cascade broadcast, hopefully the first of many. And now on the other end, Ella Collier now pitches it over to Abby Collier, who drains the jumper.
Yeah, nice long 2 there for the Danville Warriors to cut into the Cascade lead.
So 21-10, but out the other end, the basket waved off there.
Olivia Bryant was on her way to the hole. I think they're going to get the foul on the floor, so it will not be a shooting foul.
Yeah. Tell you one thing I love about high school ball, no TV timeouts.
That is true.
So now a three-pointer. Up, no good. Rebound, though, and she puts it up. Again, no good. Struggle for the loose ball, and Danville comes away with it with 1:19 to go. Cascade up by 11 here in the first quarter. A near steal there on the other end. And now Ella Collier pitches into Abby Collier. We got a, not Abby, excuse me, Addie, like short for Addison, I guess.
It'll be Danville ball out of bounds under their own basket.
So now Bailey Muse, she's a 5'9 junior, one of the first reserves to come into the game. She will inbounds under the basket for Danville. Now we've got a couple of substitutions for the Lady Cadets.
21-10 is your score as I peer around the flags.
So now we have also in there, we have Trinity Hostetler in for Cascade. Now pitches into Ella Collier, who lays it in. So that's her 4th point now.
Nice little reverse layup that time. Gets the lead back into single digits.
Under a minute now, and short jumper blocked there by Muse and knocked out of bounds now.
So it'll be Cascade ball from under their own basket. Set to throw it in.
So now into Hostetler, who pitches it out now to I'll tell you that girl who just had the ball. I know we got a steal there by Muse, who brings it down one-on-one, puts it up a little too hard, but it's knocked out of bounds to Danville. I believe it was Bryant who went for the rebound, but it was just off her hands. She didn't quite get the grip on it. No, I'm sorry, that was Hostetler.
What do we got there? 40.5 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of action.
And the student section is making a lot of noise.
Well, there was a fan that went and got the basketball because it went down into the tunnel down there.
Okay, gotcha.
And they were applauding that
and now
fan.
A steal there. And now fast break here for Cascade, and it's up and good.
And Cascade, that pressure defense once again pays off.
Lexi Gross there with her first points of the game. So now 5 different Lady Cadets have scored here in this first quarter, and they have an 11-point lead, 21 seconds to go and counting. So now Lexi Riggs with the ball. She turns around and puts it up, but they got a foul there. I think it was going to be a reach-in against Cascade. NBA action at halftime. Phoenix leads Indiana 57-49.
So on Monday, on my show on WIRZ 98.9 Central Indiana Today, you've been on Lek.
Yes,
we're going to have Scott Pollard, former Indiana Pacer, on the show. So.
All right. That'll be good to hear what he's got to say. Certainly, now with 5 seconds left, Cascade on the other end. I don't think they're going to get a shot off. No, they don't. No, they don't. I think the Hostetler lost sight. I don't think she realized how close they were to zero, but nevertheless, still a very good first quarter for your Cascade Lady Cadets. They lead the Danville Lady Warriors 23-12 here on Audio Sports Online.
Yeah, let's go ahead and thank once again the sponsors that help the Cascade Athletic Department, including official health provider to the cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Best Way Drywall, as well as North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, and CJ's Pizza, Gold Partners, Endeavor Communications, Silver Partners, Electric Plus, and the Bronze Partners, Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics, as well as Love's Travel Center. If you're just tuning in tonight, I'm Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn. It's 23-12. The Cascade Lady Cadets lead the Danville Warriors here on audiosportsonline.com. Don't forget, we'll be back if you're a fan of girls basketball next Tuesday night, or this coming Tuesday night, as the Cascade Lady Cadets will take on the Tri-West Lady Bruins. And if you're a boys fan, the next night we're back for Cascade Tri-West boys action.
And keep in mind, we're going to have quite a few double headers for you. We're going to have the boys and girls varsity games together on one bill. So we're looking forward to those games especially. We've done some of those for Plainfield before. They're a lot of fun. We get really good crowds. And, it's based on the crowd we have for this girls' game tonight. I mean, like I said, we have about 300 people here tonight. And I've been to, girls' games of much, bigger schools that had much smaller crowds than this. So it's great to see that Cascade has such a zealous fan base. And I'm sure it'll be even more, there'll be even more out in force when we have the doubleheaders. But now, Eddie Collier on a baseline jumper, partially blocked now. Ball thrown down court to Cascade. And takes it inside the lane, pitches back out. 7:32 to go. Cascade with the ball and an 11-point lead early in the second quarter here in Clayton.
Yeah, great first quarter for the Cadets with the double-digit lead.
Yes, and now the knocked out of bounds to Cascade.
Yeah, like it'll be very interesting to see Cascade because many great things, but the one thing that's really encouraging, a lot of those wins are against bigger schools.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 are against. We got a couple of Class 3A victories and a Class 4A victory. 21 points over Decatur Central. So now a 3-pointer, no good, rebounded there, and we got Lexi Riggles brings it up, and now we got a whistle. She traveled. So that way they got the Ella Collier got on the travel there. But yeah, ironically, Cascade's only close game was against their only same level opponent, Covenant Christian, another 2A school. So now on the baseline, and now it's knocked away, and Riggles went for it, but Cascade gets it, and we got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Cadets with an even 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Your score, Cascade 23, Danville 12. Girls basketball action on Audio Sports Online.
Yeah, a very exciting evening. Our debut broadcast of Cascade High School basketball, and we're going to be bringing you, I think it's 25 games this year, Leck.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm just so excited about it. And, I was from the beginning, but even more so now being here and seeing the kind of great fan support they have. Certainly, I always love commentating sports, but certainly it adds a lot of electricity and passion when you have a fan base like this. Like I said, I've been to plenty of girls basketball games of high-level teams where there were 50, 100 people there.
Yeah, and of course, this one of the last great old gyms reminds me so much of the old Brownsburg gym, the old varsity gym there at Brownsburg High School, which was so well attended and packed for all those years.
And both free throws are good, by the way, on the other end. Could you tell who hit those free throws?
I did not. I was working the camera there.
Okay. Now the other end got a foul there on the other end.
And it looks like, as the body's uncovered, we've got to get a real good shot here to see who goes to the line because those numbers are the way they are. It's going to be number 13 for the Cadets. Bryant will go to the free throw line.
I think I'm going to bring binoculars to the next game.
Yeah, of course, the old Brownsburg gym had another level to it. Had an upper level of seats that this one does not, but at least the structure of it very similar to the old Brownsburg varsity gym.
So now Olivia Bryant makes the first, hits the second. So now got a foul there against, it's going to go against Cascade. (26-12) your score, Cascade. Off to an excellent start here. And now layup there by Addie Collier. She leads the way for Danville with 6.
Yeah, Collier's really doing a nice job in there. And then, like we said earlier, she's had several opportunities that didn't go, but she's getting good looks.
And she got the rebound there. She's the second leading scorer as it's thrown away. She throws it away at the other end. Addie Collier does, but she is the second leading scorer for Danville. She averages 8.5 points a game coming into tonight. Lexi Riggles, their leading scorer on the season, averaging 13.5 a game, scoreless so far tonight. So now, and it is out of bounds there.
Yeah, that was an air ball. Came up a little bit short. Game reset for him. I'm going to peer out here. 26-14, Leck. Does that look right?
Yeah, 26-14. That's correct.
26-14 the score with 6:55 left to go in the first half.
5:55.
5:55,
yeah.
Sorry. We're going to get an answer for this for the next game. I'll get it figured out. We have to peer around the flags to see the scoreboard.
Yep, so now Alea in there by Ella Collier. She has 6 now, tying for the team lead with Addie Collier, I guess her sister.
a really nice job that time by Danville. They've had a couple good possessions here.
Should be noted, Ella Collier, and that was a bank shot there, missed and rebounded there at the other end by Danville. And now Ella Collier brings it up. But it should be noted that Ella Collier is only a freshman, so, she's already, 6 points in this game and showing a lot of promise for the future. So if you're a Danville fan, you got to be glad you're having that young lady back for the next 3 years. Even at a mid-sized schools like Danville, when you're starting as a freshman, that's a really good sign. Especially when you consider, and now we got a three-pointer there, wide open. It's no good, though. She got a good look at it, but just didn't fall. And now at the other end, Danville with the ball. Just over 5 minutes to go. They lead by 10 here in the second quarter. It's never been – they pulled away very early. Now we got a three-pointer there. It swishes it. Wow, that was nothing but net there. I couldn't tell who got it, but she drained it. It was a perfect shot.
Again, with Cascade with the full court press here, Leck, which they've done a nice job with throughout the game and have turned them into points.
Indeed, yes. And now inside to Addie Collier, wide open. She lays it in.
Yeah, Cascade, if there's one trouble they're having out there tonight, like it's dealing with her size, and really done a nice job getting those open looks.
Yeah, at 6 feet, she is the biggest player in the game. And now another three-pointer. That's good.
That was number 14 that time. That was Rasnake. And a full timeout going to be called by Danville. So Cascade extends the lead to 32-18 with 4:22 left to go in the first half.
So, yeah, Rasnake, starting to pull away. She's nailed a couple of three-pointers in a row now. So, certainly very encouraging start to Cascade, to Cascade's game. Anytime you're playing, a higher division school, certainly, you wonder if your record is inflated, but Cascade again showing that they can play with the bigger schools. So, as they're 3-0 against higher division schools coming into tonight. Looks like they're going to make it 4-0. You don't want to count your chickens before they hatch, but Collier has been dominant inside, especially here in the second quarter for Danville. But Cascade has just such balance. Like I said, coming into tonight, Lady Cadets, 4 players averaging at least 9 points a game. So they just have so much balance. It's going to be really hard to counter. And, you really take your hats off to Cascade for, the way that they've come alive the last couple of years. 16-9 this year. And now off to a red-hot start, trying to make it 5-0 this year and really make a run at their third sectional championship and maybe even beyond.
There's a steal for the Cadets. Back at it again. Ball comes left side.
Just over 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Cascade with a 4-point lead. Michaela Collier now there's a high pass. Now he patches it down to, and now away pass on the other to the right corner. Puts up a three, in and out, no good, and rebounded there by Danville. Bailey Muse brings it up. She's played a lot here after coming off the bench. And now over to Addie Collier, and drives to the basket, but loses control of it, and it is out of bounds to Cascade with 3:38 to go in their second quarter. And we got a 14-point Cascade lead. Nearly a little over a quarter and a half through this game. It's the debut of Cascade Lady Cadets basketball on Audio Sports Online. I'm Lex Zorn along with Rob Kendall. And now on the other end, we got Bailey Walker, turnaround jumper. She hits it. That's her first points of the second quarter after she had 8 in the first.
Yeah, boy, just a great job so far by this Cascade squad of scoring, putting points up, and it's now, what is it, is that 34-18?
Yeah, 16-point lead. Now a three-pointer. I believe that's the first three-point attempt by Danville. It's no good. We got the rebound there by Rasnake. And now on the other end, it's knocked out of bounds there. Nice save there by Bailey Muse when it was about to be passed for an easy lay-in.
Well, Cascade got to be very pleased early on with the performance, and obviously games like these, they send a message. It's a county school. They want to win and win big, and there's a three ball. It's blocked and pulled out of there by the Danville Warriors.
Yeah, you always want to beat a bigger school, and then you always want to beat your rivals. There's a jumper just inside the three-point line. no good, out of bounds to Cascade. But yeah, you want to beat your regional rivals, especially Cascade. I think a lot of Hendricks County sports fans view Cascade as the runt of the litter. They're the lowest divisions of the 6 high schools in the state, so they want to show that they can get some wins over the big teams.
And it'll be a fascinating year in the Hendricks County tournament, too, with this guy. There's a long three. It's up and good.
Wow, that was an NBA three.
Yeah, that was number 14, Rasnake, with the three. Count it, and then a whistle. And the whistle is going to go against the Warriors, so it's a chance for the uber rare 4-point play.
Yeah, and Rasnake, that's her third three that she's made here in the quarter. And even 2.5 minutes to go, and the Lady Cadets have opened a 19-point lead. I spoke, in the pregame of them opening up a 10-point lead. That would be hard for Danville to overcome. Now, if Rasnake makes this free throw, it will be a 20-point lead, and Cascade will, it looks like they are firmly in control. Have a really strong grip on this one as Rasnake misses the free throw. But nevertheless, 37-18 lead now on the other end. Ella Collier, and now he pitches it over, no good on the jumper. And rebound by Cascade, brought down court. And hopefully by the end of the season, Rob and I will be able to discern the numbers on these jerseys a lot better. I think probably we'll just get accustomed to the overall look of the player rather than just the number. But nevertheless, now we've got a player on the line for 2 for or 1-1. The first one is up and good.
And they got the 20-point lead.
Yeah.
That's number 20. Is that 23? Sophia Bryant? Does that look right? 23. Yeah, 23. Got it.
Yep, she's a 5'9" junior.
Second one also good.
So now a 21-point lead there for Cascade. And now inside to Collier, and she's fouled. I think they're going to get Bailey Walker for the reach-in.
The one other thing that is so great about this Cascade girls team, at least from what we've seen so far tonight, very fundamentally sound. A couple turnovers in there, but a team that you very fundamentally sound, and that's gonna suit them up well when they go up against the Plainfields of the world.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And of course, that's one thing I love about girls basketball. There is inside to Collier turnaround jumper. She hits it, so she has 10. The first double-digit player for the Lady Warriors. She has 10 now. But one thing I love about girls basketball, women's basketball, I follow the Indiana Fever a lot more closely than most guys. It's just so fundamentally strong, from top to bottom. And on the other end now, Danville with it gives it over to Addie Collier, and now pitches it over to, and now for a jump shot there.
Tipped up, loose ball.
Yeah.
Going to be saved there by the Warriors. Nice job that time.
So now Lexi Riggles throws it inside to Addie Collier. Now pitches it up to a wide open. That's Olivia Hayes.
Yeah, Hayes puts it in. And sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, Lex.
No, it's okay.
39-22 our score. Timeout on the floor. Minute 23 left to go in the first half.
Olivia Hayes, a 5'11" junior with her first points.
Yeah, you would say if there is any cause for concern from Cascade, it might be a couple turnovers here and there, but other than that, pretty good.
Yeah, but girls basketball, just tends to be there tends to be a lot of teamwork, not a lot of showboating, just seems to be very fundamentally sound. And it's one thing I remember the first time I attended an Indiana Fever game, which was back in, what year was it, 2007. The first thing that struck me, like in the first couple of minutes, was how good the ball movement was. And you see, a lot of that in high school ball as well. And even John Wooden, in the last years of his life, said he prefers watching, women's to men's basketball. And Wooden was a very, fundamental guy who didn't like that, the era of what, some people have denounced as MTV basketball. So now back to action here. Cascade with the ball, 17-point lead, 1:20 to go here in the second quarter at Clayton. Then we've got Hannah Rasnake with the ball. She's been the MVP so far. It's 15 points, including 3 successful 3-point field goals. And now shot fake, and they're going to get her for the travel there with 1:04 to go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as this Cascade team rolls along throughout the year who really asserts herself or herselves, I guess plural, as the leader. 'Cause right now they're getting a lot of diversity out there, which is a good thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're very balanced. They've had 6 players score so far. Now a block there, and Cascade comes away with it. I believe that was Rasnick who got it. Now patches it down to the other end, takes it in and out. Three-pointer up now, and it is no good. Rebounded there by Peyton Turner. And Peyton, spelled the way you would expect somebody from Indiana to spell it, even though it's a girl. So then on the other end, Addie Collier now at the top of the key, pitches back now. 23 seconds to go in the half, and now puts it up a baseline jumper, no good. The fans trying to do a fake count, but it didn't work. She didn't fall for it. So now Hannah Rasnake, 9 seconds to go. Three-pointer up, no good. And now we got a foul there on the rebound with 5.4 seconds to go. And Cascade will be going to the free throw line with a 17-point lead. And foul is on Ella Collier. I think it's Rasnick at the line. I am not sure. And another thing, there's a couple of girls for Cascade as she hits the first one. There's a couple of girls from Cascade who have really long ponytails that make it hard to discern the numbers, even if they were friendly to the eyes. So now second free throw is up, and it is good, so she made them both. And now Ella Collier and now it's thrown away, and it stops with 0.8 of a second to go. So she tried to throw it down the length of the court to try to find somebody open for an easy basket, but it wasn't to be. So now 0.8 of a second to go. Cascade inbounds the ball, and it's intercepted, and Danville does not get a shot off. So at the end of one half of play here in Clayton, in the debut of Cascade Lady Cadets basketball and Audio Sports Online, your Cadets lead the Danville Lady Warriors by a score of 41-22.
Yeah, let's go ahead and thank the sponsors that make it possible for the athletic department to do their thing and helps make it possible for us to be out here. The official health provider to the Cadets is Hendricks Regional Health. The Diamond Partners are Best Way Drywall, North Salem State Bank. Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, and CJ's Pizza. Gold Partners, Endeavor Communications. Silver Partners, Electric Plus. Bronze Partners, Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics. And Love's Travel Center. And I want to thank them, all those folks, for making it possible for us to be out here. I want to thank John Acton, the principal here at the Cascade High School, and also want to thank Scott Stevens, the athletic director, as well. Phenomenal job by those folks. 41-22 is our score at the half. I'm Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn as your Cascade Lady Cadets lead the Danville Lady Warriors. And again, we'll be back your way Tuesday night as the Lady Cadets take on the Tri-West Lady Bruins, and then we'll follow it up with the game Wednesday night as the Tri-West boys head out here to Cascade to take on the Cadets. So that should be an exciting affair. And Leck, as we look around us, and as we said, we've commented on this a couple times now, great crowd here tonight, especially for a girls' game and Friday night, and stormy weather, and it's really been impressive. You want to say hi to Brian Scott, who's been watching us throughout the evening as well. Brian's going to be at it. He's going to be doing a lot of Hamilton Southeastern games this year. Yeah. And Brian will actually be at it Wednesday night for WYRZ radio as it's Avon and Plainfield doing battle.
Yeah, that's a great, annual Thanksgiving Eve showdown. Last year, I remember that was our first broadcast of last year. It was the season opening game for Plainfield. It was a boys-girls doubleheader. Well, a season opener for the boys team. I think the girls team had already played a few games. The girls tend to start several weeks before the boys, especially at the football schools. But, yeah, that's those of you who can get down for that one, please do. I know probably most of you listening are primarily Cascade fans, but maybe you have like a nephew or niece or somebody like that who plays for Plainfield or Avon. And maybe you're a fan of Hendricks County sports in general. But anyway, look at this game. It's a game in which Cascade maintained control early. As we hear Don't Stop Believing by Journey, one of my favorite records of all time. I am a child of the 80s, and that song really epitomizes how great 80s rock was. But getting back to the game here, Hannah Rasnake leads Cascade with 17 points, including 3 successful three-pointers. Then Bailey Walker, the team's leading scorer coming into tonight, has 10 points, 8 of them in the first quarter. Then Michaela Collier has 5. Olivia Bryant has 5. Lexi Gross has 2. And Sophia Bryant has 2. So 6 different Lady Cadets have scored. And then on the other side for the Danville Lady Warriors, 6 players for that team have scored as well, though they have just barely half as many points. Addie Collier leads the way with 10 points, followed by Ella Collier with 6, Bailey Muse with 2, Jenna Cowart with 2, and Olivia Hayes with 2. And by the way, for Olivia Hayes, the last name is spelled Hayse, not the usual way. But, piece of trivia now, while we're at halftime. We got 6:50 to go on the halftime clock. As a lifelong Hoosier and a lifelong sports fan, I always wondered, why is there a Cascade High School in Indiana? It just didn't seem like a very Hoosier-like name. So I was intrigued, so I did some research, and, even a lot of Cascade alumni probably don't even know this. But the origin of the name is this. Cascade was formed amid the mass consolidation in the 50s and 60s that dramatically reduced the number of high schools here in the state. For example, in 1954, when Milan won the state championship, there were 751 high school basketball teams that entered that tournament, and now the number is like a little over 400 when you combine all the different classes. So, and thanks, by the way, to the fine staff at
fabulous
Cascade.
Athletic Director,
yes.
John Acton. There's some water for you, Lex.
Oh, thank you very much.
And a munchie.
All right, Reese's cups.
Yeah,
yes,
if you want to have a munchie there.
Yes.
And we've said this throughout the broadcast here tonight. They're so wonderful here at Cascade.
Yes.
We're so happy to be out here. And I am so excited to be doing all these games this year.
Oh, me too, yeah.
I mean, we got some food. Oh, look, they gave us a diversity. Would you rather have a Kit Kat here?
Oh, either one, whatever you feel like. We can flip a coin, I like both of them, so, whatever your favorite is, take it, and I'll still be happy.
This is so great because we met with John. We came and met with John. John actually came on the radio show.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, and we talked about all of the great changes going on here at the Cascade High School and the awesome influence that he's having out there. And then we kind of started talking about doing these broadcasts, and he was so gung ho about it, and he's just been a force. And now he's bringing us candy.
Yeah, and I've done combined football, basketball, baseball, and softball. I've done approximately 100. I've commentated approximately 100 sporting events in my 5 years here at Audio Sports Online, and this is only the second time that anybody from the host school has ever brought me anything. Terre Haute North was the other place where they brought me stuff. So Terre Haute North and Cascade, they're at my top of my list of hospitality. So thanks to the kind folks at both schools, and especially here at Cascade, since they are our hosts for this whole season, hopefully many seasons to come. We'd love to be here bringing you a lot of Cascade Cadets games and hopefully some state championships to go along with it. But anyway, get back to my story. The consolidation that took place in the 50s and 60s dramatically reduced, about cut in half the number of high schools here in Indiana. Like I said, 751 back in 1954 to I think it's a little over 400 last year. Well, somebody here apparently really loves this Journey song as well, because now they're playing it twice in a row, which is fine with me. But anyway, Cascade was a consolidation of 3 separate school systems: Clayton, Amo, and Stylesville. So they took the first initial of each of those schools, CAS, and then the name of the...
Now say that again.
Okay. Cascade High School was a consolidation of 3 school systems: Clayton starts with a C, Amo starts with an A, and Stylesville starts with an S. So they took the first initials of each of the schools, Clayton, Amo, and Stylesville, that's CAS, and so that's how you got the CAS. And then the rest of it, the team is called the Cadets, so they simply took the first 4 letters of Cadet, so that's Cascade. So that's why there's a Cascade High School in Indiana, even though it doesn't really sound geographically appropriate. So definitely one of the most intriguing names I mean, it was so intriguing that I actually went online to get the story behind it. So I probably, I just wonder how many Cascade alumni actually know that story. But anyway, there are some other interesting ones. But now let's see, we've got 2:31 to go here in the halftime clock, and let's see here. Also, we've got the semi-states tonight in football. This was a great year for high school football here in Hendricks County, including for Cascade. Cascade struggled a lot in football in recent years, but they got a nice tournament win this year before falling to Mitchell in the second round. Certainly the Cadets football team look like they're on their way up, and hopefully we'll do some Cascade football over the years as well. But anyway, let's see if we got any scores. Now, yes, Columbus East in the second, leading Bloomington South 35-3. So the Olympians apparently are going to advance to the state championship next week. Ben Davis in the second, leading Center Grove 8-7. Our friends down at Roncalli trailing East Central in the second, 21-14. Lawrenceburg, who I commentated, who they beat Hendricks County last hope. They beat Hendricks County's last hope last week when they downed Danville 37-20 behind the touchdown of quarterman Austin Bowling.
You were out there for that one.
Yes, I was. Yes, and Austin Bowling, who had 49 touchdowns in 52 quarters coming into tonight. That's why I call him the touchdown of quarterman. Apparently, he has a few touchdowns tonight already because Lawrenceburg leads Brownstown Central 34-20 here in the second quarter, and had Danville pulled out the win last night, they would have been playing at Brownstown Central tonight, about 70 miles south of here near Seymour, John Mellencamp's hometown. Let's see, Linton Stockton leading Lutheran 14-7 at the half. Northwood and Lowell tied at 7 in the second. Monrovia looks like they could be on their way to their second consecutive Class 2A state championship. They lead at Ritters 7-0 in the second. Fort Wayne Snyder leading Westfield 3-0 in the first. Eastbrook at Whiting, still no score yet. And also no score with Penn and Carmel, and no score with Fort Wayne Concordia at Garrett, and also Pioneer at Adams Central. So that brings you up to date on the high school semi-states. Yeah, and now back to action here.
Yeah, both teams back out on the floor. It's going to be Danville ball to begin the second half. They're going to move from left to right on your computer screen. And there's the inbound. Leck, take it away.
Yeah, so now Ella Collier, 6 points in the first half. She brings it up double-teamed. And now pitches it over. A fake three-pointer there by Lexi Riggles, who's the team's leading scorer, but scoreless in the first half. They need to get her on track if they're going to have any chance to come back and win this game, trailing by 19. Now a nice hook shot falls, but it's put back up and in there. And let's see, that was I believe Katie. Yeah, that was. That was Cassie Utley there for Danville. And now on the other end, we've got Amelia Bryant handling it. She started the game but has not scored yet. 7:17 to go. 7:17 to go in the third quarter. Now a three-pointer there, up off the front of the rim, and Addie Collier and a lady cadet fighting over it. Jump ball now. The possession arrow favors Cascade. And now Cascade is going for the basket that's by us, so hopefully we'll have a little bit of an easier time discerning their numbers here. So got a great crowd here tonight at Cascade. Now we've got a foul there as Rasnake, the game's leading scorer, was driving there on the baseline. It's going to be on Utley. That's her third foul already, early here in the third quarter. And now we've got a foul here and another one. So two whistles on this trip down court, and this one's going to be against the. So now Danville takes over, and Jenna Cowart will bring it down. Just gets across the midcourt line in time to avoid a 10-second violation, but it is knocked out of bounds to Cascade with 6:46 to go in the third quarter. Cascade leading 41-24 here on Audio Sports Online. This is our first ever Cascade broadcast I'm Lex Zorn, joined by Rob Kendall. It's an honor and pleasure to bring you this game and to be with you, hopefully, for many years to come. So now Michaela Collier with Cascade passes it over now. Three-pointer up and no good off the front of the rim. Rebound, however, by Bryant, by Amelia Bryant. That is, there were two Bryants for Cascade, Amelia and Olivia. So now Amelia Bryant with the ball. Passes over to Rasnake at the top of the key, puts up another three, and she hits it, and she...
Fading away.
Yeah, she sure did. She fell down, but she still hit it, and that's her fourth successful three-point field goal in this game. So a 20-point lead there by Cascade. I believe that's though they had a 21-point lead in the first half. So
that inside-outside game is so impressive because they're able to hit the threes, but they also can go down inside, and that's the mark of a good team that can beat you from all sorts of directions.
Yeah, they don't have a major superstar for this team. Probably no Division I players, but they probably have some Division III NAIA type players. But you put them together, and they're just an outstanding team. And like I said, 16-9 last year. And, mainly a junior and senior dominated squad now. So they're going to, maybe not run the tables, but certainly come very close to it this year and probably, make a deep tournament run. So now on the other end, Cascade got a layup. It is up and it is good there.
That defense has done a great job all night, Lack, and they keep it up here. And boy, nearly another steal right there.
Yeah, 22-point lead now there for Cascade. And now put it up and in on the other, they're cutting it down to 20. There's Collier there, Ella Collier, that is. So nevertheless, they lead by 20 now. Now another three, and this is up and is in and out there. I believe that's. And now we've got a whistle here.
Yeah, whistle and it's going to be a foul against the Cadets underneath the basket. I think jockeying for position down there, so the ball will belong to the Warriors.
Yeah, that's right. 46-26 your score. And now Ella Collier brings it back. And there's some miscommunication. She throws it out of bounds. I think the intended receiver was Lexi Riggles, the leading scorer for Danville. Still scoreless tonight, nearly 2.5 quarters in. Cascade, they're giving a very, very strong performance there. Certainly they didn't take this game lightly. And now we got a near steal there. And now three-pointer there from the right corner. In and out there. And now Ella Collier brings it down and gives it to Addie Collier. Turnaround, hook shot, up, no good. And struggle for the loose ball. Danville gets it and now throws it up to... Ella Collier, who lays it up and in, cuts the lead to 18. Ella Collier with 8, Addie Collier with 10. And now the ball knocked out of bounds to Danville on the other end. Certainly this is going to be, you always want to win every game you play, but, when you're playing a larger school, that's your county rival, these schools only 9 miles apart, that makes it even sweeter. So definitely, And I'll tell you another thing, it'll be good as they head into the Hendricks County tournament, knowing that they've already beaten one of these teams. And so they can and as we have the foul there as Cassie Utley goes for a short bank shot, certainly this will be a great morale booster for Cascade as they've already played a lot of their toughest opponents here. And so to start off the season with four of your first 5 opponents being higher class teams and to beat all of them, you can't ask for any more than that. So now 18-point lead now. Lexi Riggles puts it up a 3, no good. She's still scoreless. And now rebound there. Cascade has it, under 4 minutes to play now in the third quarter. And now we have Sophia Bryant into the game. She had a couple of points in the first half. Now Bryant has the ball. Danville playing man-to-man. And now we got a steal there. Now a near steal, but Cascade gets it back. And now passes on the other end of the court to Bryant. And now we got a 3 there by Rasnake off the back of the rim. No good. Addie gets gets the rebound, passes it up to Jenna Cowart. No good on the layup attempt, and now Bryant has it. And Cascade, with 3:12 to go, has the ball and an 18-point lead.
Yeah, if you're Cascade, obviously there's things you want to work on at this point. Still a sizable lead, but continue to want to work on things and get better, things that will help you throughout the course of the year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So they still have plenty of time. And now we have a three-pointer there by Bryant. No good. Addie Collier, the rebound, gives it up to Riggles, who brings it down court. And now we got over to a lay-in there by
yeah, and we're going to get a timeout here. And I was just getting ready to say Cascade may want to spend a timeout there. Couple of bad possessions there for them that they're not going to be happy with. I'm sure they want to talk about it despite the sizable lead. Let's thank the sponsors that make it possible for this Cascade, the Cascade Athletic Department, to function on the level that it does, including Hendricks Regional Health, the official health provider to the cadets. Diamond partners include Best Way Drywall and North Salem State Bank. Platinum partners, Allen Irrigation Company and CJ's Pizza. Gold partners, Endeavor Communications. Silver partners, Electric Plus. Bronze partners, Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics. And Love's Travel Center. If you're just tuning in, it's 46-30. 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. I'm Rob Kendall, your play-by-play man for the evening. Lex Zorn. If you want to nibble there on your Reese's, that's okay. I got you.
I just didn't want to I just thought I'd take advantage of the time while you were thanking our sponsors there. So now back to action here. Cascade with a 16-point lead and the ball. 2:42 to go here in the third quarter. Here in Clayton. We're 20 miles west of Indianapolis, here off of I-40, or US 40, excuse me, not I-40. I-40 goes down through I think it runs from LA to Memphis, but US 40 runs from Indianapolis to Clayton and far beyond. So now, Cascade taking their sweet time. They have a 16-point lead, a little over 10 minutes to get off to a 5-0 start. Glad to have you all with us. We're glad to have this great program as part of our Audio Sports Online family. And now we got a layup there. Rasnake leads the way with 22 for Cascade. Under 2 minutes to play in the quarter now. Now Addie Collier, turnaround jumper. She hits it. She has 12 to lead Danville. The only double-figure score for the Lady Warriors. 48-32 your score. And now a steal there. And Cascade comes away with it, and Danville comes away with it, and they were fouled.
Good hustle by both teams right there. Nice to see both teams on the floor. And as we said, 16-point lead, but a couple more unanswered points here from Danville, and you kind of get back outside of that comfort zone. So Cascade really probably, I'm sure, wants to bear down right here.
Yeah, and when you have a big lead, and it's unlikely that your opponent, is going to have a chance to come back, what you don't want to do is get complacent and get sloppy. If you get a big enough lead that it justifies emptying your bench, great. But, what you don't want to do is just take the game for granted and, let your fundamentals, sink. You just got to, keep playing smart the whole way regardless of the score. And then on the other hand, as we get a layup there and we got a foul there, is that Rasnake?
Yeah, it was number 24 there, Rasnake getting in there, grabbing that rebound. A nice job that time and nearly able to – I'm sorry, that's Bryant, 24, who grabbed the rebound.
Yeah, and, Amelia Bryant, the only starter who hasn't scored yet for Cascade. And she does right there.
There you go. So all 5 starters on the board tonight. Very impressive.
And the only starter now for either team who hasn't scored is Danville's leading scorer, Lexi Riggles. Average 13.5 coming into tonight. Still no score almost 3/4 of the way through this one. So now 18-point lead for Cascade. 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. It's been a very good game. What so far is shaping up to be a banner season, one of the best seasons in school history for the Lady Cadets.
Yeah, like I said, one of the things that we talked about here as the lead's back up to 18 now is, you want to continue to work on things and get better, not so much for the win tonight, which you got to feel pretty good about, but, for games in the future.
Yeah, like I said, obviously, Cascade, you want to keep playing smart and not make mistakes and not get complacent. But also, on the flip side, if you're Danville, what you want to do, even if you don't have a legitimate chance to come back and win this game, you at least, as we got a
5-second call.
Okay, I couldn't tell what it was. Okay. if you're Danville, you at least want to just execute the best you can. Cut in to the lead as much as you can. If it's not realistic to come back all the way, so be it. But you at least want to correct the mistakes you made earlier in the game and get a head start on the next game. Because this is only the third game of the season. This is Cascade's fifth game, but it's only Danville's third, so they still have a lot of basketball in front of them. And this tough loss to a smaller school in the county can be something they can learn and grow from.
Now, here's how old I'm starting to feel. Kaylee May is the head coach at Danville,
yes.
And I used to announce her when she played at Avon.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I'm starting to become that guy.
Yeah, well, that's good, and I'm only to the point, I'm only in my fifth-year commentary, about the only level I've gotten to is that I remember when somebody, like the older brother of a current player played. That's about as old as I've gotten in commentary so far. And I still screw up because this year for Plainfield football, I referred to John Hagee as Morgan Hagee about 100 times. And then, not to be outdone, I also a few times referred to Luke Middleton as Chad Middleton, and now we got a foul there on the other end. No call. I'm surprised. Wow. Look, at least from my vantage point, like a foul, but now we got a whistle on the other end there. I think it's going to be against Cascade. So anyway, we got 28.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter at Clayton. Your Cascade Cadets, Lady Cadets, on top of the Danville Lady Warriors by 18 points, 50-32. This is the debut of Cascade Cadets basketball on audiosportsonline.com. My name is Lex Zorn, joined by Rob Kendall, and it's our honor and pleasure to bring you these exciting games all season long and hopefully beyond.
Wow, and Danville's already in the bonus, so that's something to keep an eye on, Lex.
Yes. So, that's certainly something that definitely inflates scores as the game goes on, as Addie Collier puts it up, he hits it. She has 13 now to lead the way for Danville. She has a strong inside presence, 6 feet tall, very well built as well. Her second free throw is good as well. She has 14. The only double-figure player, however, for the Lady Warriors. So they trail by 16 now, 18 seconds to go. No shot clock here in high school ball still. I figured there would be by now. Now we got to reach in there on Rasnake. She leads all scores with 22. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be on. So I'm waiting to see. Okay, and back to action here, and now layup by Michaela Collier. She's been quiet in the second half. I believe that's her first point. And that's the end of the quarter here. So 8 minutes left here at Clayton. Your Cascade Lady Cadets off to an excellent start. They lead the Danville Lady Warriors 52-34 on audiosportsonline.com.
Hey, we mentioned this in the pregame show. I want to mention it again. Saturday, December the 10th, which is the game we'll be out broadcasting, is Read Out for Riley Hospital Toy Drive. Any Cascade or Danville student that brings in a new unwrapped toy will get a free ticket to the basketball game. All fans are encouraged to wear red at the game to support Riley Hospital and what they do for so many children and families. You can get more information if you need it by contacting Scott Stevens, Cascade Athletic Director, at 317-539-9315. 1 quarter left to go. It's 52-34 the score. I'm Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn. Your Cascade Lady Cadets lead it over the Danville Lady Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you, very often when you have a team that starts off 4-0, you wonder what's the quality of the competition that they've played. But with Cascade, I mean, granted, it's not like they're playing Hamilton Southeastern or one of the super, or Ben Davis or one of the super giant schools, but they are playing higher class schools and beating them all. It shows a lot of bravery to start off with 4 of your first 5 opponents being higher class schools and to beat them all, that's a very, very major accomplishment. So definitely Cascade fans have a lot to be excited about. And if they're rolling over, and keep in mind that, all of their victories over the higher class schools have come by at least 9 points, some of them by over 20. They're winning this one by 18 with a little over a quarter to play. So just imagine, how much come tournament time when they're playing other 2A teams, they could really be winning those games easily. So a lot of basketball yet to be played, and we'll see what happens, but things looking very good through 5 games for Cascade. So Addie Collier with the baseline jumper, bringing her to 16 for the game. So cutting the lead to 16, 7:27 to play here and counting in the fourth quarter. Cascade trying to hang on to start off 5-0. Inside now, Bailey Walker turnaround jumper, no good. She's been very quiet. She's been scoreless in the second half. Now she gets a steal there, though, on Ella Collier. Brings it down herself, puts up a jumper, no good, and rebounded there, and now she brings it back out. So, and now back into that was a Bryant there. Olivia Bryant with 7 points now for Cascade. 6:49 to go. And the Lady Cadets take it back up by 18. Now a baseline jumper, they're just inside the three-point line, is good. That was Lexi Riggles. Finally gets on the scoreboard. She was the leading scorer coming into tonight. It took her to the fourth quarter to get her first points in this one, however. And now Cascade loses it. So I'll tell you, this has been not a perfect game by Cascade. I'd say it's probably about a B-plus game. About the only thing to cause concern is there's been some sloppy ball handling here in the second half. And you hope it's not just out of thinking, hey, we've got this one in the bag. But, that's one of those things that, one of the things to work on in practice. Not something to panic over, just something to work on and get better. And now Riggles gets another field goal. Now all of a sudden it's not quite over yet. Danville cutting it to 14 with a little over 6 minutes to go here. So Cascade better be careful, and they better execute. Now we've got a foul, and that's going to foul against a Cascade. A Danville player was pushed to the floor. 6:01 to go.
Yeah, as we talked about a little bit earlier, Lex, sometimes you get these big leads, you get into a bit of a lull, and Cascade may be in that right now, and we hope they can really bear down here and re-extend this lead.
I certainly hope so, yeah. And certainly they've played very well for the most part. And now that's a steal there, and now we got a 3-on-1 fast break. Puts it up off the rim. No good, though. And now we got to fight over the loose ball. It's going to be a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Cascade with 5:47 to go here in the game. Cascade leading Danville 54-40. These two teams located just 9 miles apart here in Hendricks County. Cascade is about the easiest high school ever to find. You just get on US 40 and go down until you see the sign that says Cascade.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
yeah. And I've been to some schools the last few years where it was like driving to the end of the earth to find the place. So definitely, you couldn't ask for an easier place to find. So 5:22 to go. Cascade, just doing a lot of passing on this possession. Now we got a jump shot, and it's good, and she's fouled.
Yeah, they really needed that score that time. Hoop and the harm, and the Cadets with the big basket right there.
I believe that was Rasnake again. Rasnake having an outstanding game here. Pushing the lead up to 16. I almost said make it 17. No, but the free throw is in and out. Yeah, Rasnake missed a couple of free throws despite her barrage of three-pointers that she's hit. And now we've got a loose ball. Now we got a held ball at the other end. This time the possession arrow favors Danville with 5:06 to go. They need have a little over 5 minutes to make up 16 points now.
Now, one of the cool things they do here at Cascade High School, and I've commented on this before, they have an athlete of the year every year. And they have the pictures up on the walls, and it goes all the way back into the 60s there.
Yeah.
You go back and look, and it's really neat to be able to do that.
Yeah, I'll definitely, check that out after the game. Not sure if there would be anybody who I would recognize or not, but, it would be fun to check out.
I love black and white photos.
Oh, I do too. And I love old photographs in general because back in the days before you could, just casually snap a picture on your phone, people tended to, take great care of the pictures they took. And you look as there's Addie Thompson, puts it in and gets Addie Collier, she lays it in and is fouled in the process, bringing her total to 18 at the game. But you look at photos that were taken in the good old days, and one thing that's fascinating about them a lot of the time is you can look at them, 1,000 times and still notice things you've never noticed before because such detail was taken about the focus and getting a lot of stuff in the photograph and all that. So I love walking, like through museums or stores where they show old pictures of the town. As Collier hits the free throw, she has 19 now, the only Lady Warrior in double figures. And the margin's 13. I believe that's the closest it's been since the second quarter now. 4:47 to go. So Cascade still, this one's in pretty good shape, but they don't have it clinched yet, so they better not take it for granted.
Nearly a steal that time. Cascade ended up back up with it.
Yeah, of course, with no shot clock, they can run off as much of the clock as they want.
Well, and that's what we talked about, not getting complacent, but as snap.
Wow, what a move there.
Great shot, up and in for two, as that was
Olivia Bryant.
For two.
That was a heck of a, underhanded move there, But go ahead, though.
Just negated my point. What I was going to say was there's a three ball on the way. It's up. Eventually we'll get a stop in action. I'll make my point. There it is. Okay.
All right.
Hit shot with three ball was up, no good. I was busy making my point. I forgot to move the camera there. I apologize. Anyway, what I was going to say was sometimes you get into this ball movement, ball control thing, and you get really out of sync on your offense. And it was nice to see that time that Cascade be aggressive.
Yeah. So now Cascade with the we're now at the midway point of the quarter. Cascade still with a 15-point lead. Things looking good. It's not quite in the bag yet, but it's pretty close there. And now Collier blocks driving layup there. Now at the other end, the Warriors have it. Jenna Cowart with the balls, the team. So now passing it over to Addie Collier. Puts it up, not strong enough, though. And Cascade now with the ball. 15-point lead, under 3.5 minutes to play. Looks like they pretty well have this, barring an extreme catastrophe. And we'll move to 5-0 on the season. Very good start. And, there's a banner here at Cascade. It says, where sportsmanship is an expectation, let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, let the spectators be positive. So hopefully and so far the fans have been extremely, extremely well behaved tonight, so that's good for both teams. And now at the other end, Ella Collier puts it up and in, so she has 10 points now, the second Lady Warrior to get into double figures. 13-point lead now, and even 3 minutes to go. A near steal there by Danville at the other end. And now we got a foul near midcourt. And we got, looks like a Cascade player is shaken. She's slow to get up, but she does get up on her own.
13-point lead, 2:57 left to go in the ball game. And again, as you said, Lex, still a little room of comfort there. But I got to give Danville a lot of credit, too. They've made a game of it, and they've actually won the second half.
Yeah, they have. I mean, and it's not like they've been coming back against Cascade reserves. Cascade has kept pretty well their starting five in there most of the game. So as we got a timeout here by Danville. But certainly, you got to laud Danville. This is only their third game of the season. They have not they've played like they had a chance to come back and win. No, they're probably not going to. But when you have that kind of competitive spirit, that's going to pay off down the line. And again, this is a very young team, only 2 seniors. It's this program won a sectional just 2 seasons ago, and they're really this nucleus is probably a year away from fulfilling its potential. But only 3 games into the season, they did a lot of good things tonight. They've already passed their average. They only averaged 40 points a game on the season coming into tonight. They have 45, and still nearly 3 minutes left to pad onto that total. So certainly, if you're a Danville fan, there's still a lot to feel good about. But certainly this is a Cascade team, 4 seniors, and a team that 16-9 last year lost the sectional championship game and looks primed to get over the hump this season.
Yeah, it's also going to be really interesting, Lek, to watch this Cascade team as we're about ready to get action back in play here, just to see how they grow. I mean, you get a feeling, even though they're very good, they have a lot of room to improve.
Yeah, they do. And, certainly the main thing now is just protecting the basketball. If they protect the basketball well all season, they're probably going to finish, with under 5 losses. I mean, they have excellent teamwork here.
Now
Cascade.
Yeah, now Cascade's going to burn another timeout here with 2:48 left to go in the ball game. Full timeout called by Cascade. Let's go ahead one final time and thank our sponsors that have made it possible for us to be out here tonight. Thanks to them. The official health provider to the cadets is Hendricks Regional Health. Diamond Partners, our Best Way Drywall and North Salem State Bank. Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company and CJ's Pizza. Gold Partners are Endeavor Communications. Silver Partners, Electric Plus. And Bronze Partners, Henke Photography and DMH Photographics, as well as Love's Travel Center.
Well, back here at Clayton, your Cascade Lady Cadets are on their way to opening the season 5-0 here on the debut of Cascade Cadets basketball on Audio Sports Online. My name is Lex Zorn, joined by Rob Kendall. It's great to have you with us. We're excited to have Cascade as part of our Audio Sports Online family. We're looking forward to hopefully a great relationship for many years. We would love to cover Cascade's first girls basketball state championship, and certainly this team looks like they're primed for a very deep run. The way that they're, taking care of business against much bigger schools all season long so far through the first 5 games. And they lead Danville, their conference rival, a 3A school, by 13 points now, 2:40 to go here. And it's a game in which Cascade, I believe, has led by double figures since late in the first quarter and never let up. And now, although now it's after that layup there by Ella Collier, suddenly that is in jeopardy because the lead is down to 11 now with 2:21 to play. Danville not likely to come back and win, but they're certainly making a game of it. And certainly there is a little cause for concern if you're a Cascade fan about the team maybe taking a foot off the accelerator and just getting a little bit complacent with the lead. There you got a nice steal attempt, though. However, the ball is still knocked out of bounds to Danville with 2:05 to go.
Well, this is a big possession here, Lek, because if they score, it gets them into single digits. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, that's right. So definitely, you really hope to see a lot of defensive intensity for and now we've got...
That was a 3. 3 ball up and good. Cuts the lead to 8.
Lexi Riggles, the team's leading scorer,
And now Cascade's going to spend another timeout as head coach for the Lady Cadets, David Carpenter, not happy. And, first time really all night you felt like, wow, maybe the outcome of this game, a little bit of doubt. But obviously with 1:55 to go, you'd still rather be on the 58 side of the 58-50 score. But Cascade really needs to focus here.
Yeah, I mean, the lead was as high as, I believe, 21. So Cascade here in the second half has trimmed 13 points off that lead. And they haven't been dominant. They've chipped away a little. I don't think they ever went on an 8 or 10 point run. They've just chipped away a little bit here and there, mainly with some just sloppy plays on the part of Cascade that Danville managed to take advantage of. And by the way, it's interesting. Lexi Riggles, the leading scorer, 13.5 a game for Danville coming into tonight. Scoreless the first 3 quarters. Now she has 7 here in the fourth quarter. And coming into tonight, Danville had attempted only 23 pointers on the season. 17 of them had been attempted by Riggles. She made 7 of them, which is very good. 7 to 17, that's over 40%. That's like making about 60% of your twos. Ella Collier, the only other successful 3-point field goal this season for Danville. And in fact, I believe that was the first successful 3-point field goal for Danville tonight. So anyway, they lead by Cascade leads by 8 now. 1:52 to go in the game. And trying to hang on and avoid what would be an epic collapse. And now excellent defense there. We had Riggles and Addie Collier double teaming the ball handler.
Yeah, they are going to get a foul though called on the Warriors. I think they had one to give. So now the next foul will put the Lady Cadets, at the line.
I wonder if we'll ever see a shot clock here in Indiana high school basketball.
There's been some talk about that over the years, and it'd be interesting to see, at least in a theory, how it would play out. But right now, Cascade's glad there's not one.
Yeah, and, there are a few states that do have the shot clock for high school ball. Indiana, obviously not one of them. They went to the three-pointer all the way back in the 1987-88 season. So I thought the shot clock might follow soon, but it hasn't, 29 years later.
Well, there's a foul to put Cascade at the line with 1:25 seconds to go in the ball game. Some big free throws coming over for the Cadets. It is such a stark difference when you go to the college game without one, and then obviously now the college game has sped up their shot clock, and the pro game now, obviously with a 24-second clock.
Right.
Because college is 30, is that right?
30, 35, I don't remember which.
And so, you go from a game without
I think it's 35 because I know it was 45 when it was first introduced.
Yeah, it's interesting. It would be interesting, at least in concept, even if you put maybe a minute up on the clock or whatever to try it out and see what works. But as of right now, there's really been no push for it.
Yeah. So now Cascade at the line, very big free throws here, trying to make it a 4-possession lead. Put it up to. First free throw is up and good, putting up to 9. Can you tell who that is at the line, Rob?
I will. It's number 13.
Okay.
Which would be
that's
Olivia Bryant.
Yeah. So Olivia Bryant now another double-figure scorer for the Lady Warriors. I'll tell you, I'll hold this thought after this play. Bryant's second free throw is up, and it is no good. So that's big because it maintains a 3-possession game. And now now the lead's cut to 7 there after that lay-in by Bailey Muse. So 1:14 to go now, and we got a real game going here. Now 3 players now try to steal the ball. And now very aggressive defense there by Danville. There is a foul, though, finally, with 1:05 to go. And the Lady Cadets clinging to a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and again, it'll be interesting to see. It's going to come down to a free throw contest here for the Cadets. If they hit their free throws, really, there's no chance for Danville to come back in the game. But if they don't hit the free throws, it's still a wide open affair.
So who is this? Is this Bryant again?
Yes, this is Bryant. Free throw up, free throw good. And this is also nice to see, like the Cascade, hitting their free throws under pressure.
Yes, that is one good thing. There's certainly a lot to not be happy about in the second half if you're a Cascade fan. But, yeah, they are hitting their free throws, and that when you hit your free throws down the stretch, that goes a long way toward sealing the deal. So they have an 8-point lead now with 1:05 to go. And Bryant now going for his second. And shows Bryant now 3 out of 4 here in the last couple of minutes on free throws. So that's very good. So now and another now by Muse puts in another easy one. So it's a 7-point lead again. Now an intentional foul with 54.1 seconds to go. Final from college basketball: Purdue beats Georgia State 64-56. Georgia State coached by former IUPUI coach Ron Hunter. So now, so is this Bryant on the line again?
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be Bryant there to shoot the free throws.
So
no, I'm sorry, it's number 14.
Yeah, okay,
Rasnick.
Okay, yeah. Rasnick, yeah. So Rasnick puts it up. I'll tell you what this looks like. This looks like Indiana State versus the University of Indianapolis. The same color scheme, except Indiana State's numbers aren't quite as hard to read. So now Rasnick hits both free throws. So now Danville, despite, and now a jumper on the other end that's good there by Ella Collier, cutting it to 7 again with 44.8 seconds to go.
And now Danville's going to spend a timeout.
But one thing you got to say to Cascade's credit, during this fouling barrage, here in the last 2 minutes, Cascade 5 of 6 from the line. And, I tell you, if they weren't hitting their free throws, this would be almost a toss-up now. But as it is, Cascade still with a 7-point lead. That's a 3-possession game, So they will probably still, hang on to win this one. But, you just didn't want it to be this close. If it had been, if you'd been playing, mistake-free ball or close to it the whole way, okay, but you hate to have a 21-point second-half lead and let the team get it, even as close as 7. So definitely, David Carpenter, the head coach here at Cascade in his second season, certainly will be working between now and their next game next Tuesday on just keeping the focus and intensity up all 32 minutes, not letting your guard down, no matter what the score. Don't take it for granted, and just keep playing sharp, fundamental, focused basketball. And if you do that, you're going to win most of your games. And I will say, though, it's a tribute to how good this Cascade team is, that they really, played a semi-sloppy second half, and they're still probably going to get out of here with a win over a higher division school. So now the ball knocked out of bounds to Danville. So they're trying to cut it to 5 or even 4 with a 3-point field goal. 43.6 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Their offense has come alive here in the second half. Now inside to Addie Collier. Pitches it back out. Jumper no good, but put back up and in. So it's a 5-point game now. 32 seconds left to go now, and they got an intentional foul. And a pretty aggressive foul, by the way. I think the crowd wanted a flagrant. I wouldn't quite go as far as to say it was a flagrant, but certainly she was playing very, very aggressively there. That was Peyton Turner with her first points of the game, and then she committed the foul as well. No, they're going to call it a flagrant.
Wow, what a big call in the game, Leck.
It was a subjective call. You could make a case either way for it, but certainly a big break, because now it's 2 shots and the ball there. The first free throw is up and good. So Olivia Bryant now trying to make it a 7-point lead. And, of course, because it was a flagrant, then that means that Cascade will get the ball. And the second free throw is up, and it is good. So now in the last 2 minutes, Cascade 7 of 8 on free throws, putting the lead back up to 7. And I'll tell you, it just occurred to me, 7 of 8 of free throws, and they have a 7-point lead. So
it's been huge. It's been huge.
Yeah. I mean, the free throw shooting is the best thing you can say about the way Cascade's played here in the fourth quarter. And now Danville really has to foul immediately if they do. 23.7 seconds to go now, so Cascade will go to the line again. Another thing, Bailey Walker, the leading scorer for Cascade into tonight, she averaged just under 17 points coming into this game. Scored 8 points in the first quarter tonight, and she's been, she has not been much of a factor ever since. Only 2 points the rest of the way, and it's still a good sign that they've been able to hang on even without her. She's not only their leading scorer, but their leading rebounder as well. So now the first free throw is up, and it is no good. So that's a big break for Danville.
Yeah, 23.1 seconds left to go.
So either way, it'll be a 3-possession lead, whether she makes the shot or not. So the free throw is up, and it is no good. So Bryant misses them both. Now pitches down to Lexi Collier, takes it to the hoop herself, knocks it in. And we got a timeout with Elia Collier with cuts it down to 5 points with 16.8 seconds to go. So we still have a game here at Clayton. Cascade here in the debut of cadet basketball on audiosportsonline.com. They led by, I believe, as many as 21 here in the second half. Now it's been trimmed to 5. It's been a relentless performance by Danville, a very aggressive defense, as well as starting to come alive on offense. For example, their leading scorer coming into tonight, Lexi Riggles, averaged 13.5 points a game. She was completely shut out the first 3 quarters before exploding for 7 here in the fourth. And as well as some sloppy Cascade ball handling. And as a result, it looks like, we might actually have a barn burner of a finish here for our first game. Hopefully we'll still get the Cadets victory. They would still have to collapse. But now the thing is, that now there is a realistic scenario, maybe a 1 in 15 or so chance for Danville to come back and win this game. So anyway, so now Cascade will inbounds the ball under the opposing basket, And we got an immediate foul. Clock stops with 15.6 seconds to go. And Cascade will be going to the free throw line for 2 shots. They're in the double bonus now. So let's see. Trying to tell who's on the line.
It is number 33 for the Cadets, which
Bailey Walker, yeah. So Bailey Walker has not scored here in the second half. Now she has. She is the team's leading scorer on the season. She has 11 tonight with that free throw. She had 8. She played like she was going to. She started the game like she was going to score 50 tonight. She got 8 in the first quarter, only 3 since. But certainly that was a big one. And if she hits this one, it will make it a very hard to overcome 3-possession lead, which she does. So now 13 seconds. Not much for Danville to do, and now they call a timeout with 11 seconds to go.
No, they're going to say she's stuck on the line.
So that should do it now. So it looks a furious comeback attempt by Danville. Looks like it's going to fall a little bit short now. Danville, all they can do now if they don't get a steal is just foul immediately. Sorry, or will they give up now? Yeah, no, nice steal attempt there by Ella Collier, but they do get her for the foul with 8.3 seconds to go. So it looks like that's going to do it. Certainly you didn't want it to be, you didn't want it to get to the point where it was too close for comfort, but it looks like we are going to get out of here with the win. And certainly you'd hate to start the relationship with the loss. But still, Cascade, they did do a lot of good things in the first half. And, they did hit their free throws down the stretch for the most part. So, still a lot to feel good about. The first free throw is up, and it is good. Pushing the lead to 8 with 8.3 seconds to go. I believe that's Michaela Collier now at the free throw line. Number 0. Yeah, so she hits them on both. So it's a 9-point lead, 6 seconds to go. And now inside, and so that does it. Olivia Hayes scores a field goal in the final seconds to bring us to our final score of 69-61 as Cascade wins their debut performance on audiosportsonline.com with a win over the arch-rival Danville Warriors.
Yeah, great game tonight. Great job by Cascade. They go to 5-0 on the year. Lek, your final thoughts on tonight's game before we say goodbye?
Well, certainly, it was a mixed bag for Cascade. They got off to a red hot start. Played extremely well for much of the first half. Second half, it was a letdown. Some sloppy ball handling and a furious, aggressive defense there, as well as a rejuvenated offense by Danville that brought the Warriors within striking distance, cutting the lead from 21 to 5. But in the end, Cascade did hit their free throws, and they still hung on for the win. So they improved to 5-0 on the season. There, a couple more wins, they very well could get ranked in the top 10, and it looks like they're going to be one of the top 2A programs of the season here in Indiana, and we're just thrilled to have them as part of our Audio Sports Online family. Looking forward to the rest of the season and beyond.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. 69-61 the final. Great first broadcast. Great job, Lek. I want to thank John Acton and Scott Stevens and the entire athletic staff out here at Cascade High School, the Cascade High School. Phenomenal job. Great win tonight. 69-61 your final. Lady Cadets take it, move to 5-0 on the year. For Lex Zorn, I'm Rob Kendall saying so long, everybody.
Good night.